quick fun here, very quick. Tyler's back with us. I'll start with Tyler, and then we'll get you guys to finish up here. I was going to start with you, but I've got to get Tyler back into it. All right, here we go. Over under. The win total by Fanduel for Tennessee is 9.5. Over under.
Under.
I'm going under.
I think they set that too high.
A little bit.
Under.
I think the number's right, but I'm taking the under.
Ooh, I think the number's 8.5, but you think it's 9.5.
I think it's 9.5 because you can make the case for 10. If they just win at Florida, they can get to 10. Can they do that?
If you're looking for 9.5.
Or win at Alabama, which is more doable than it looked like a couple years ago. So
Sure enough.
I bet that 9.5 isn't going to be up too much longer.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Tennessee was 9.5. Georgia, 9.5, Vince. Over under.
Over.
I can't believe theirs was only 9.5.
Wow.
that's
Over.
What do they know?
It's quarterback question.
I know, that's exactly what. I'll
Yeah.
take the over, but what do they know? That's got my.
they
That's
play
intriguing.
Texas and Alabama again. That's part of it. So I'll say over, but it's an interesting one.
And now this gives it away. The top 3 over-unders in the SEC, Tennessee, Georgia, and Texas. Texas is also 9.5.
The top 3. Wow.
Top 3 according to FanDuel.
They're all just killing each other. That's-
9.5 around Texas.
I'll
Over-under.
take over on that.
Over. Arch Manning.
I haven't seen
I'm
much March
going
yet.
to take the under on Texas.
Okay.
Over.
Over. I don't know. I'm not. He may be great, but he seems like a running back to me when they put him in there.
To
I
me,
mean,
He
It's-
did play and throw the football
He
when he
did
started.
when Ewers was hurt.
out,
Yep.
Right.
Texas's defense is unreal, and
I
I think
don't
they're
have
going to
any
show
idea
that.
what they're bringing back. So.
But if
Everybody.
they don't got it, they'll stock the shelves.
Yeah.
Alabama 8.5 over under.
I'm gonna go over.
I'll go over too. I like the revenge tour for Kalen DeBoer.
It seems like they know that the public's like, oh, Saban's gone, they're falling apart. Like, 8.5.
Over because if they beat Vanderbilt, they're in the playoff this year. So I think they'll get to 9.
Yeah.
Vince?
Over.
Okay. Last thing, ESPN Bet. Everybody's got their own gambling app. ESPN Bet put out their national championship odds. Texas, number 1, plus 450. So
Wow.
they're number 1.
I guess they like Arch Manning.
They like it better than FanDuel does, apparently. All right. Ohio State next, then Georgia, Oregon's 4, Penn State 5th, Alabama 6th, Notre Dame 7th. 8th best odds to win the national championship next year, your Tennessee Volunteers, plus 1,600. Gambling man, how much you putting on that?
Not a dime. I like Tennessee next year because I do believe Nico has a big step ahead of him. I like Star Thomas, the addition you guys have already touched on the program, to win the Natty in a 12-team tournament. Allegedly, they're going to try we heard from Sankey's and some of the other different commissioners, maybe they might tweak a few things. I don't think they're actually going to get to that 14 team, even though it's being whispered about right now. The team who I love out of all those numbers is not Tennessee. It's Notre Dame. They're bringing back 75, 80% of their roster. Find yourself a quarterback, and you might be playing for the Natty again. Marcus Freeman's a hell of a coach as well.
Heck, I'd put $20 on that. I mean, what does that win? Plus 1,600.
You guys know Bob, he's always
The
positive.
20 on the 1,600. A lot of cash.
Yeah, there you go.
Gentlemen,
I wouldn't put anything. I think Tennessee can make the college football playoff again. I don't see them winning the whole thing.
Yeah, stringing together 4 wins. Tough with the questions we have about them now.
again, you got
We're talking about the football program, not the baseball program.
You know, those teams that are doing that are finishing top 5 in recruiting every year for 4 or 5
Yeah,
years in a row.
the one I would put some on is Ohio State. I would take them with the top odds over Texas.
But I mean, it's worth
personally.
$20. I'll spend $20 on something stupid before I get home from here.
When we come back, by the way, I've got a watch. I wanted to say. When we come back, a new 12-team playoff, 2 huge brands in the title game. Ratings for that title game had to be massive. Nope, they dropped. In fact, they were pretty low compared to previous title games. Why? Come on back.